That's quite some door, all right.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red...
After everything we've been through to...
We'll probably be needing you to open this one.
Go for it, Al.
This is it, guys.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Elfin. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Watch it!
I'm whirling trouble.
It's all mine!
Winds of heaven! First force! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Cyclone! Freeze lancer! Close one! Take that!
All finish you here and now! Double demon burn!
Purge malevolence! Arctic waterfall! In here! Gemini Aqua! Barbie on the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
Talon storm!
By the power of your
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing ball!
First aid! Now I'm in the groove!
Mega Ray! Arctic waterfall! Reload! Here, let me help! First aid! Saving this one!
Super swallow day!
Annihilation! Here!
Demon
Flame! Water! Here's my call! Spread! Shooting star! Burning
Tornado Alpha!
Dragon Shout! Spread! Ice Ball!
Watch this!
Here, let me help!
Double demon fang!
Arc Shield!
Talon hurricane!
Ice Prison! Here I go!
Eagle dive! I'll tear you apart!
Lightning! Downfall! I'll heal you all! Ice Prison!
Hurricane!
Eagle
Strike!
Healing
still!
Circle! Thanks so much! Ice Prison! Radiant Here!
Rising One!
Purge Malevolence! Arctic Waterfall! Flame of Fear! Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Here's the evil!
Storm!
Freeze Lancer!
Talon hurricane!
Shooting Star! Here's a healing arm! First aid! Here I go! Electric Shock! Shadow!
Off my
Mega
focus!
Ray!
Swallow blade!
Annihilation!
Strike!
Power! Purge Malevolence! Arctic Waterfall! Freeze Lancer!
Double demon fang! Rip and tear!
Explosion! I'll heal you all!
Demon fang! Double demon fang!
Purge Malevolence! Arctic Waterfall! Sealed! Hear me! I'll be saving this one! Close one!
Double demon fang!
I can do this all day! Sorry on the darkest
Double
side!
demon
I
fang!
call upon thee!
Demon fang!
I owe you one.
Shooting Star!
Rising Wyvern!
Ice Prison! Searing Flame! Reload!
Dragon Shout!
Here I go! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy Land!
Double demon fang! Tectonic rise!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer!
Watch it!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
Eagle assault!
Flame of Death!
It was nice.
Here's my call!
Demon fang!
In here! I say
Demon fang!
Here's evil! Illuminate the dark!
Demon fang!
can't end here!
Don't leave me! Ice prison! Resuscitation!
Not my finest.
Hear me! Flame of fury burning!
Rising
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy land! Here's evil! Flee blazer!
Eternal devastation!
Let me help! Hit! Blaze! I can do this all day!
Torment Alpha!
Take it!
You're mine! Rising Reaper!
By the power of flame! Finish with the her! Let me show you what my art can do! Rising star!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Think so, Annihilation! By the power of flame! Finish without a trace!
Eternal devastation!
Huh. Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy land! Infernal focus!
Double Demon Fang!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer!
I have no limits! Finish it!
Alpin, astral energy!
Say no more! Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Are you two okay?
Yeah,
Is Volron...
we can but hope.
Those red women.
Could they be the...
What? Those brains?
Whatever's stolen from us, the future's ours. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of their...
If that monstrous... Yeah.
So this...
They have the Renis Alma in their grasp.
Then we're agreed.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, and not in a good way like with us. Coming through! Ha! Now!
Scarlet Inferno!
Illuminate the dark!
Raining Flash!
Gemini Aqua! Laser Ray!
Sonic Thrust!
Electric Shock!
Raining Flash! Eternal Devastation! Here and now!
Torch Steel! Gemini
Now you see what I can do!
my healing arts to accomplish this.
I'm on!
Ice Prison!
Now in the groove!
Falcon! Astral Energy!
Say no more.
There's always room for improvement.
Get lost! Illuminate the dark! Transform! Holy Glimmer! Seal!
Sword Rain
More
Alpha!
for the stockpile! Over there! One more! Lightning! Sound hard! Here! I'm out of ammo!
Shouldn't have messed with me!
Shooting star!
Take this! You here and now!
No further!
Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up!
This is it!
It's time!
Swarm!
Resurrection!
Demon Fang!
I'm on!
Number one is
Eternal Devastation!
Ice Prison! Radiant Spear!
Double Demon Fang!
Tectonic Storm! Electric Shock! Razor Cyclone!
Rising Wyvern!
Eat this!
Now I'm in the groove!
Inferno
Ice
Punch!
Prison! Explosion!
Take this!
Flame of
Demon
Fury!
Fang!
A whirling struggle!
Demon Fang!
Winds of heaven! Do it! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Here's a healing
Sword
arm!
Rain Alpha!
Arcane!
Thanks! Blow away!
Everyone hanging in there?
No backing down!
Ice Prison! Razor Cyclone!
Flaming Thrust! Rising Falcon!
Purge Malevolence!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Glimmer Flagon!
Here's a healing arm!
I could do this all
Illuminate
day!
the dark!
Eternal
Holy
Devastation!
Glimmer! Seal! Solar Blast! I'll be safe!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Now I'm in the groove!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Water! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy Land!
You see what happened there as you crossed me? Shouldn't have done that.
Ice Prison! Burning Strike!
Dragon Swarm!
I'm on it!
Razor Cyclone!
Double Demon Fang!
Super swallow dead!
Rising
I'll
Wyvern!
finish you here and now!
Ice Prison! By the power of flame!
Rising Wyvern!
Electric Shock! Healing arm!
This is looking good!
Hear my call! Come forth, Holy Glimmer!
Blow away!
Sleep now. More for the stockpile.
Double Demon Fang!
Burning water.
Coming through! Ha! No! Scarlet Inferno!
A whirling struggle.
Double Demon Fang!
Winds of heaven. Burst forth. Cyclone. Too much to handle.
See what happened there as you crossed me? Shouldn't have done that.
Swarm!
Ice Prison.
Now I'm in the
Demon
groove!
Fang!
Here's a healing
You're
arm.
mine!
I can't heal you forever.
Do it!
Kitara frozen.
Hammer!
It was a close thing.
That enemy looks strong. strong. I bet it'll...
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Here I go. Got lightning. Down. One more.
In a bind?
Cyclone.
I'm on a roll now.
Without a trace. Charge malevolence. Arcane waterfall. In here. I'll be saving this one. Shooting star.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Let me show you what my art can do. I will shine.
It's time.
Resurrection.
Eat this! I'll tear you apart!
Hit. One more. One last one. Here goes. One more. One last one. Here goes.
Talon Hurricane!
Electric shock.
Burn! Inferno Punch! Flush!
Lunar corruption.
Demon Face! Eat this!
Illuminate the dark. Holy land. Hear me. Inferno Punch.
Now I'm real mad!
Water. One more. Splash.
I need to be stronger.
What the? When did...
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the
Doe?
You two?
Faria, Avakir.
Avakir filled me in about everything.
She doesn't remember a thing.
He told me about Tarnigan.
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once.
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril. So I can see. It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to... You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the...
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. But this time, not so... Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll... What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't? Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler... That is, if he ever even existed.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering...
There's no time to explain now.
We need to stop that.
But how do we do
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace...
At ease. Like by letting them hear direct... That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegus right now?
Lenegus wouldn't have a next in line.
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure... Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Your speech seems to have done the trick.
I only pray the relief will tide the...
What you said earlier. About...
It's still too...
But...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone,
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just...
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first, but not as your sovereign. Nor as a leader, the likes of which the people here are used to.
But... how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegus, a new one in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I feel like...
You go finish whatever it is you... Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. Besides, with you leading the people here...
Sounds like you're in it for the long...
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate, though the memories of the departed shall remain...
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full. We should be heading back to the ship. Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest. Easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
In one sense, when all is said and done,
You, a Renan Lord.
I was complicit in when I realized a lord,
I think the ability... Zephyr,
even if it, or this Zeph.
there's just...
I thought we'd find answers on Lennox.
You can say that again.
That can wait for now.
Yeah.
All the answers have to...
So, what do we do?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what...
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is...
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
Our course has been altered.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands.
That's bad.
Quite bad.
Is all of this the Red Women?
Are they trying to finish us off?
I still can't get over what we saw.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of... Still, though, beats me.
But to think...
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35?
Correct.
What is this place?
Before I answer, I have a question for you.
We did not come to this place by choice.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our...
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Date Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's Great Spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, as I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling
The true ruler of Rena.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this—
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but—
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's Great Spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our finding—
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is— As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of death?
Indeed. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded...
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged. And
Correct. A change in... That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
this is all happening because of me.
Nevertheless,
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning?
We won't let that...
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so bad?
No. My primary concern is validating. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits...
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How...
At the very least, that being said,
the spirit of Ren.
But what?
It doesn't...
Right.
there is how the great
Now they...
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apology.
Are you a Renan?
Oh. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might... But be quick.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrek.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to around here.
Have you guys lived up here in Dig Faisal?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off. We regularly go into stasis.
Why are you all even here?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance.
We heard that the facility ended up in its...
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they...
And you've been working for...
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to... As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in...
which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an
I haven't been... In addition, they also... It's a pretty sophisticated operation. I have to imagine that's...
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us.
You act like this didn't affect you personally.
I mean, sure, I was surprised.
Hevrek 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though.
Who can say? My guess is
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis?
no way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be a...
That said, I'm sure.
Thank you for answering our questions. Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure.
Please, tell us.
You mean the...
Well, for starters, where...
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first...
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer...
Apparently not.
Please,
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't. But there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their...
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil, in essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts, and that's why we, as their descendants...
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use astro arts on Dana.
Helganquil technology is... They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about...
I guess I can see how, but if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us if it meant their hands had to get a little dirty. And anyway, the Helgan... They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets.
I see.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renan's...
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while. Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan? Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's...
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energies.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to
We have a winner! The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans and Helgang... For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma. To amend that, we set our sights on
And the crown...
Correct. A new sovereign had to be made. It was such tremendously...
So that's what the purpose of that room we found...
What about the flower that sprouted...
Flower? Oh, that... As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite...
Heverick 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is end...
It is. Are we done talking now?
He talks like the potential end of the world is...
You've got to remember...
It feels like our whole world is...
Seriously.
Let's take a moment. I know all of this is a lot to believe.
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil...
Everything that's happened.
And to get that energy, then the Helganquil created the Renans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, why don't we all take some time to think things over before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, and because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be So let's go ahead and... Sure you don't want to be a...
I could ask you this...
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and...
I'll go along with you.
Sounds good.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
Oh, it's you two.
He who?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap...
What do you think about everything we've...
On some level, I'm not... But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our... As for the Renans...
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renan. In my case, So...
You kept it pretty low.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time,
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long. And if people...
Even just among the Danans, I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance...
Well, first we...
Yeah.
It's no...
Right. In a worst-case scenario...
And we all have to...
That's an interesting...
It's true. Everybody has their own scar. It won't be achieved through but I think it's a good first... And now...
You both seem awfully calm.
How are you?
I still can't believe it.
You're not the only ones.
Really?
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean hearing the origin?
Indeed. It's shocking.
Even I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves. If what we've heard is a lie, it's a rather elaborate one. I can only imagine.
That's just part of being alive, don't you?
Well...
What about you, Shion?
To be honest, I'm not really... Right now, it's...
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I thought I'd die. I would have...
Well, is everybody ready?
I am. I don't care who we're up against.
What are your thoughts, Alphen?
Like Law said, it's trying to rob us of our... That alone, but it's not only...
You're saying there's...
You're referring to the vision of
Yeah, and to hear Shion tell it? Our minds are made up. Let's go give Hevrek 35 our answer.
Do you have your answer for me?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. You must have something up your sleeve.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire... Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body. Therefore, if you destroy...
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renas Alm. You will also need the assistance of using their...
Hold on.
Man, is it too much to ask for Hevrek 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't...
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am.
You're worried about the future.
Hey, why'd you call me here?
Well, so I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize?
I was being real stupid before. About whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Runewell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if...
But you really trust Dana's...
Yeah, but I think...
You sure you don't want...
Everybody get enough rest?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Our task is
We're fighting for a new...
Right.
Then let's go.
Repairs on...
Is that you, Hevrector?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrect 35 a break.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean...
It's possible that the Red Women may have...
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's
Wait.
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot.
We gotta go all the way down, just walk.
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit?
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit?
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up.
You heard the lady.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple Why have you two continued?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the phone lights.
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
It would appear that our Helganquil host...
You know what that means.
I guess this means we should give that...
There's nothing here.
I don't sense this world is...
Then this must...
You mean to tell me...
And it's covering...
This is what the Great...
So arresting.
Back in its day. But after being robbed...
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever. Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their...
Wait! Can you understand us?
It's no use.
So they really are being controlled.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Illuminate the dark! Blah, 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 magic! Sleep now!
It's time!
It does it! I'm surrounded!
I'm going to need to use all sleep now.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
Illuminate the
We got the advantage!
Good. Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry!
I owe you,
Log
Sion.
on.
Healing is what my arts do best.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Do it!
Law!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! Easy!
Way to go! Illuminate the dark!
Weapons hand!
Holy Glimmer! Holy Lance! One more! Bullseye!
I'll burn it all! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
Here goes!
Astral Punch?
That's my cue!
Inferno Punch!
Shut him down!
I'll tear you apart!
I'm freaking!
Dragon Shell! Burning Slash!
Lunar Corruption!
Finish it!
Eagle Assault!
Dragon Swarm!
Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Glacier Spear!
Finish it!
Fierce Evil! Darling!
Light Burst 4!
Radiant Genesis!
Alphen,
I can't but I hate...
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. You have to stay the course.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Arctic Waterfall! In here! Let's get you off of the way!
That freaking does it!
Show you what my art can do!
Flaming
Rise
Shell!
and shine!
Here I come!
In here! Resist Sandy! A whirling struggle! Here I go!
I'll crush you!
Actually, that
Lightning
sound is more
reflexes!
appropriate.
less
Tenebrous
talking, more
claw!
doing.
Hear me! Flame of
I'll
fury!
finish you here and
Illuminate the
now!
dark!
We barely managed to turn that battle.
You don't need to sound surprised.
Perhaps I'll put more faith in you then.
Well, I certainly won't argue.
Do it! Dopamine!
Light Burst 4!
Radiant Genesis!
Glacial Spear.
Pierce Evil! Lightning Laser!
No further!
Illuminate the dark! Holy Lance! Burning Strike! Alvin! Astral Energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus...
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
Here I go!
Any steel!
Illuminate the dark!
Now or never.
Here, let's get here!
Freak! Get me still!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
I never miss! Shooting star! Lunar corruption! Illuminate the dark! Transform holy glitter! Back into the fray! Sealed! More from the stockpile! You're really more incoming!
You made quick workable.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
As impressive as always.
We're in the home stretch, guys.
More
Once you keep calm and take them down. That focus goes double for you, Law.
Me? How come I get singled out?
Hear me!
You see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Glacial Spear. Here's evil.
You're mine!
Your arts are really incredible.
It's thanks to you.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Enemies incoming!
Then we'll take them down.
In here! Law!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Easy! Way to go! Seal! Let's get it all out the way! Magic! Explosion! Freeze Lancer! Now we're going back! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Freeze Lancer! Purge Malevolence! Arctic Glacial Spear! In here! You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no? Ice Prison! Reinforcements! Neon! Astral Energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory. Naturally. Ice Prison!
You see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Illuminate the dark! Unveil Holy Glimmer! Sealed!
I'm on it.
All right, it's showtime! Ice Prison! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Sealed! I'll be saving this one! Ice Prison! All right, it's showtime!
Armor won't save you.
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, Holy Glimmer! Sleep now!
I'm on a roll now. Inferno Hunt!
Sleep now! Far beyond the darkest skies! I want thee!
I'm on it.
Shooting Star! Spread! Glacial Spear! Here's evil! Swallow them! Ice Prison! I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish
Anything in
this.
armor is all mine.
Resurrection!
Dragon Shell!
Searing Tempest! Not this one now!
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better.
I think I'm getting stronger.
Oh yeah? Think you could beat me?
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous.
I've got a really bad feeling about this!
Come one, come all!
Sealed! I'll be saving this one!
That person is driving me mad!
Lunar correction! Lunar breath! I'm on
You've got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Radiant light! Here! Ice Prison!
You're mine!
Radiant light! Here! Ice Prison! Radiant
These
light!
six have got your name on them!
Reload! Radiant here!
We've turned the tables on it.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to...
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Searing flame! Ice Prison!
Now I'm in the groove!
Razor Cyclone! Electric shock!
Rising Wyvern! We did it!
As impressive as always. No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Theon actually look flustered. Ice Prison! Do it! Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
Ow! Searing
Rising Wyvern!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Feel! More for the stockpile! I'm out of ammo! Lock and release! Divine Savior! Inferno punch! Do it! Ice frozen! Hammer!
You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core?
If that's true, and if we go down...
Go no further! Show you what my art can do!
Dragon Swarm!
In here! I owe you, Tion. Healing is what my arts do best. All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
Demon Pack! Destruction! It's time devastation!
Burning strike! Ice Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Damn it! Too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up.
You're attacking from behind!
Rising Wyvern!
Here's another! Radiant Spear!
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! A whirling
We're cleaning house.
Let me take the rest
Winds
of
of heaven! Wow, someone's feeling lively! Cyclone!
You see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Ice Prison!
Rising Wyvern!
I'm on it!
Flank!
I'm
You're
going
up!
to use all
Dragon
the
Swarm!
power.
Pierce through!
Sweet dreams! You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Rising Falcon! Take this!
A whirling struggle. Explosion! Winds of heaven!
You're
Burst
mine!
forth! Hear my call!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Cyclone! Here's evil!
All good things come to an end.
Freeze Lancer!
Sonic
Let's
Thrust!
do it!
Sword Rain
Tion!
Alpha!
Astral energy! Full throttle! I've never seen so many bullseyes.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Brace yourself! This one's tough! I'm on!
A whirling struggle.
There!
Radiant Spear! Winds of heaven! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Your head! Freeze Lancer! Silent Fair!
I'm surrounded!
Into the shadows! A whirling struggle! Fire flame! Winds of heaven! Burst forth!
I'm on it! Severing wind!
Explosion! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning
I'm on it!
strike! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Go away!
Freeze Lancer!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of
Here's a healing
Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. Here, let me help. Sleep now. I can't heal you forever. Lightning! Here I go.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Dragon
Here,
Scale!
let me help. Sometimes the best medicine is the toughest to swallow. Blah, 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 magic!
Sword Rain Alpha! Blow away!
Will this help?
Blow away! Rising Wyvern!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes, ma'am.
Water! Here's my call! Spread! Sleep now! Here's evil! Stockpile! Freeze Laser!
Demon Fang! Double stop!
Here, let me help.
Demon Fang!
First aid!
Demon Fang!
Shooting star!
Demon Fang!
Steering
Blow
flame!
away! Double Demon Fang!
I'm out of it! Ice prison! I'll heal you!
Coming through! Ha! Mount! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help.
still.
Illuminate the
Rising
day!
Falcon!
Come forth! Holy Glimmer! In here! Let's get you all tucked away! Our requires complete focus! I will use beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Thanks for the healer!
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too!
Away!
Reload!
Megathon!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy Land!
Eat this! I'm on a roll now! Double Demon Fang!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Sleep now! Let's get you all tucked away.
Something's wrong with me.
You just say the word and I'm there.
I can't believe it's come to this.
I feel like me again.
You're mine! I'm on it! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Eternal Devastation! Double Demon Fang!
Illuminate the dark! Come back! Holy Glimmer! Holy Land!
Dazzle! Rising Dazzle!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer!
No
Holy Flame Night!
To stop you dying?
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish
You're
it.
mine!
Holy Land! Resurrection!
Double Demon Fang!
Illuminate! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Glacial Spear! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Freeze Lancer! Holy Land! Dohaline!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! In here! I'll be saving this one! All the power of my healing arts to accomplish
Demon
this.
Fang! Double Demon Fang! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Slash!
Radiant fire beyond the darkest shadow!
Demon Fang!
Annihilation! Lightning! Shooting star! Lunar corruption! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Seal! I'll be saving this one! I can't hear you forever!
Hold nothing back!
Hear my call! In here! I'll be saving this one! Blah blah blah! Magicians! Sleep now!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Here I come!
Change rising is my call! Divine Savior!
Shouldn't have messed with me.
Pierce through!
Will this work? Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Let me sleep now! This will come in handy! Lunar corruption!
Now I'm in the groove! Double Demon Fang! Devastation! Rising Phoenix!
Sion! Astral energy! Full throttle! I've never seen so many bullseyes!
I couldn't have done it without you.
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renans, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganquil. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
Mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of... looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrecht for the fun.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Holy Glimmer! In here! I'll be saving this one! Searing Flame! Reload! These things really get on my nerves! Shooting!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly. Glacial Spear. Pierce Evil. Freeze Lancer.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me. By the power of flame, vanish without a trace. Explosion! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Water! Hear my call! I'm on a roll! Spread!
I can't imagine what we'd do without you, Manuel.
Who, me? That's a little much, don't you think?
I'm serious. You're a lifesaver.
Sleep now! Freeze Lancer! Up and at 'em! Let's go! Electric Charge! Burning strike! Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil! Freeze Lancer!
Eat this! Eternal devastation!
Searing Flame! Reload! By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace! Another one down!
Be still! Rising Falcon!
Explosion!
A whirling
Hear me!
See what happened there as you crossed me.
Winds of
Shouldn't
heaven!
have done
Strike force! Glacial
can't lay a
Spear!
finger on it.
Pierce Evil!
I prefer it that way. What about you?
Just watch and see.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm just getting started.
Finish it!
Eon! Astral energy! Full throttle!
I've still got a ways to go.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. In here! Yeah, you there with the others. Freeze Lancer! Here, let me go.
There you go. I feel like me again. Oh, now you're talking. I'm on Warlock Blade.
Rising Wyvern!
Rip and tear.
We're in the home stretch, guys.
What she said. Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Law.
Me? How come I get singled out?
Illuminate the dark! Touchdown! Holy River! Holy
Devastation!
Land! Lunar Corruption!
Rising Wyvern!
Power of water! Illuminate the dark! Touchdown! Holy Glimmer!
Rising Wyvern!
Holy Land!
These fists have got your name on them. I'm on armor won't save you.
Demon Fang!
Gravitas Field!
Dragon
Burn!
Shell.
By the power of flame! Do it! Law!
Demon's Descent. Flashing Fang. With my comrades, I'm unstoppable.
And what about without them?
I won't forgive you! On thrust! That frickin' does it!
A march requires complete focus! Thanks so much!
It can hide itself? Amazing!
By the power of water!
Lightning Thrust! Rising
Annihilation! Into the shadow! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy Land! What would I do without you? What would hurt is malevolent! Arcane Water Blast! Sleep now! This'll come in handy! Flame of Fury! Burning Tidal Wave! Hear my call! Spread!
Sonic
Ice
Thrust!
Prison! Here's a healing arm! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy Land! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy
Should have
Glimmer!
messed with me.
Holy Land!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
I'm going to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
A whirling struggle. Winds of heaven. First force.
Time for one more.
Cyclone.
Watch it!
A whirling struggle. Winds of heaven. First force.
I'm on it.
Water. Cyclone.
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Demon Fang!
Lunar corruption! Cyclone! One more time!
Let free!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Do it! Law! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
So, did you like my boost art?
Yeah, it was off the charts.
Those thorns.
I'm not letting them get in our way!
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. Illuminate the dark! Hearts require complete focus. In here!
Insects should stay on the ground.
You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done flying freaks. Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
I'll take you all on!
Prepare to be sealed, though, fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. Illuminate the dark! Blah, 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 magic! Reload! I'll heal you all! Blah, 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 magic! Healing circle! Thanks so much!
Try this!
What would I do without you? I'll heal. I'm ready. Holy crap! Too much to handle? Healing circle!
Thanks, Sia.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Go get
Do
him!
better.
One last one!
Megasonic thrust!
Annihilation!
Demon Fang!
Mega ray! Annihilation! Mega ray! Water! Razor cyclone!
Shouldn't have messed with me.
Radiant, look here!
Double Demon Fang! I'm on! Demon Fang!
Electric shock! Radiant, here!
Demon Fang!
Flame of fury! Ice vision! Water, hear my call!
You're mine!
We got the advantage.
Good. Just have to make sure
We
we
make quick. Don't worry, because Law's on it.
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! In here! Mega ray! Whoa! When it is high! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy land! Razor cyclone!
Rising
Ice
Rider!
vision! Burning strike!
Sonic thrust! Tornado!
I'll finish you here and now.
Here's evil!
Take Bolero!
Yes! Freeze
Rising
blaster!
Rider! Take this!
Ice snap! Do it! Neon, astral energy! Full throttle! Not too shabby, if I do say so myself.
Far more than the power I can...
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Holy glimmer! Sealed! Healing circle! More for the stockpile!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint.
Nope, that is silly.
I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire! Swallow blade! Try this!
Hurricane! Freeze lancer!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Illuminate the dark!
Can't get out of this.
By the power of flame!
Armor won't save you.
Rising Wyvern!
Holy land!
Eat this.
Hurricane! Here, I flame down! Burning!
That frickin' does it.
Water! Hear my call!
Now you're talking. It's time.
Burning! Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. Hurricane.
Illuminate the dark! Come healing holy glimmer! Sleep now! I'll be saving this one!
Dragon Swarm! Sonic thrust!
Shooting star! water!
Blow away!
Annihilate prison!
Eternal
Illuminate the sun! Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy land!
Rise to this! Talon Heart!
I'm prison! Here, let me help.
That frickin' does it! I really owe you one.
Talon Hurricane! Raining Slash!
By the power of water!
Eat this!
A whirling struggle!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
Here, a whirling struggle!
Why'd you kill me?
To stop you dying?
Rising
Do it!
Water!
Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Looks like it could be worth something. Don't get careless.
Illuminate the dark!
Don't kill me!
Sleep now! Get on in there with ya!
Frickin' does it!
Dragon Claw!
Hear my call!
I'm on Sword Rain Alpha!
There you go!
Water! Hear my...
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Far beyond the darkest skies! I call upon thee!
Not burn out!
Inferno punch!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Ah, right.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Hear my call! I'm prison!
Sonic Thrust!
Now I'm in the groove!
Do it! Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Got it!
Well done!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet and...
Well, am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply unmatched.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.